but maybe a little bit too defensive. We'll see if Jaedong can once again break through the choke of YellOw's. YellOw seems to put a little bit of a hole in his choke at all times. And YellOw, actually, if YellOw runs in with his Zerglings, he might actually be able to break through the choke of Jaedong, because Jaedong has an extremely large hole in his choke at the moment. He doesn't have enough Zerglings to really hold that. We'll see what YellOw can do. YellOw getting up his Spire as well as Jaedong is getting up his Spire. So I think this is going to come down to Scourge and Mutalisk Micro, something that Jaedong definitely excels at. But the Zergling coming out for YellOw. YellOw is feeling confident in being able to tackle this with his Zerglings. And this is going to be insane. This is going to be a Scourge, Mutalisk, and Zergling battle all at the same time. This is going to be a micro hell for the players coming up. And all six of the larvae being morphed for YellOw. So he's going to get out a ton of Mutalisks here. I think these are all going to be Mutalisks. So this is going to be extremely tough, but I think YellOw can do this if he focuses enough. He's got to break through and get some damage, maybe get a couple of drone kills as well. He's got to find a way to break through that choke of Jaedong's. Jaedong coming out with a couple of Scourge. Just kind of strange play from Jaedong. He's going to try to hover over the Scourge. He takes out one Mutalisk with the Scourge. Absolutely insane play from Jaedong. So, yeah, YellOw's already won Mutalisk behind, although that Jaedong had to use one of his larvae to get Scourge out, but he did lose one Mutalisk in that attack, so this is insane. The tied up Mutalisk count, actually, and YellOw still being a little bit apprehensive of going straight into Jaedong's base, and I think that could cost him. He's got to throw everything on the line here. I mean, just play like an insane guy. Just go in with those Scourge, try to pick off as many drones as you can. Because if you play defensively here and you let Jaedong get enough Mutalisks out, it's not going to matter what's going to happen here. Oh man, you see the another hatchery coming up for YellOw, so he's going to try to compete with Jaedong here. I'm not sure if Jaedong has gotten down his yeah, Jaedong is getting down another hatchery, and Jaedong trying to sneak in with his own Zerglings. So we're seeing an extremely mirrored build from the two guys. And I'd say YellOw is probably a little bit behind, just because he lost that Mutalisk earlier that he really shouldn't have. So he's a little bit behind in minerals, but it's not a huge deal. I think he'll be able to swing this game back into his favor if he does something. He's got to do something. Playing defensively like this, unless he's going for an upgrade, is a really, really bad idea. He's got to sneak by, get some drone kills, and get the hell out of dodge. Go back after you've gotten a few drone kills, then you can play defensively. But yeah, Jaedong getting up his second base already. YellOw is going to have as a little bit behind. He's going to be a little bit behind in economy, but at least he has that base coming up. And that's the important part. Jaedong playing defensively as well. Since this is such a high-stakes game, that's the reason that these guys are playing so defensively. You normally don't see this kind of thing in, say, Pro League matches or in the lower levels. Players just want to get it over with, but that's not the case here. They don't want to get it over with. And I think that YellOw is going to wait for an upgrade before he tries this. He has his extractor up at his second base already. He's a little bit behind, as I said, but he is competing with Jaedong economically. And he is doing the right thing, getting out all these Scourge. He's got, I'd say, pump the rest of the larva, just pump Scourge, and just go in for a gigantic just attack with Scourge. And, okay, YellOw's... I'm not sure if he knows about the troops moving in from Jaedong. Jaedong is moving in with his troops with a ton of Scourge. Like I said, the best way to tackle Mutalisk on Mutalisk is just get a huge Scourge ambush, basically. Here it comes. This is going to be the big battle here. A bunch of Zerglings coming down. But, oh, a ton of Scourge coming in for Jaedong. And I'm not sure if YellOw not microing well enough against those Scourge. And I think that YellOw is down on Mutalisk count. He's got to come in with more Scourge of his own. He does come in with more Scourge, so he fights Jaedong off temporarily, but I think he's one Mutalisk behind. If I counted correctly, I'd say he's one Mutalisk behind Jaedong at the moment, so he's got to get out more Scourge. Lots and lots of Scourge. Actually, Jaedong is taking my advice that I've been giving YellOw. Jaedong, you're listening in on my advice to YellOw, but oh well. The Scourge coming in for Jaedong, and he's going to try to just ambush and end this thing with Scourge, which is entirely possible he's going to be able to do. If he just goes in, attacks the Mutalisk, and keeps YellOw attacking those Mutalisks, if he comes in from behind or maybe a weird angle with the Scourge, he's going to be able to take all of them out. And that will be it. So YellOw at this point, he's really got to do something special. I'd say do something just unpredictable at this moment. I mean, all you have to do is make a really unpredictable move, like go all Scourge, all Zerglings, something like that. You cannot go all Mutalist and expect to win against Jaedong. This is not going to happen. Okay, he is still mining at that second base, and Jaedong is moving out with his entire force. He's going out with Zerglings as well as his Mutalists and his entire Scourge fleet. So YellOw's going to be very hard-pressed to fight this off. Jaedong's micro is insane. But okay, here it comes. This might be the final blow from Jaedong. He's coming in. This could decide the game right here if Jaedong can land all of those Scourge. You see YellOw coming in, tackling some of the Scourge, but losing a lot of Mutalists to the Scourge of Jaedong, and Jaedong still has a ton of... Oh, Jaedong has a ton of Zerglings left. There weren't enough Zerglings on the ground to really defend that second base even more. Oh, man. That is brutal. That was a brutal Scourge attack from Jaedong, and now he's just chasing all of the drones back into the main of YellOw's. Oh, man, this could be it. YellOw being grounded down. G from YellOw. The golden mouse going to Jaedong. Wow, he won those games very, very, very comfortably. And YellOw, he's got a... Wow. YellOw cannot feel good about that. I mean, you see, he looked right at the camera during that like, yeah, I know, folks. That was pretty bad, but I'll try my best next time. And YellOw, he didn't play all that bad in the first two games. Hell, he didn't play all that bad in the third game. He just got outplayed by Jaedong. Look at that. Golden mouse for Jaedong. Nada had it, July had it, and now Jaedong has the golden mouse. And I'd say Jaedong is probably the only player in history that has a chance of getting the platinum mouse. 5 OSL wins. I think he's the only player that has a chance of getting that. Maybe he will be the only player who ever has a chance of getting that. So it'll be very interesting to follow Jaedong moving up into other OSLs. Don't feel too bad, YellOw. You got caught in a bad matchup with a bad, bad man. Well, now Jaedong can go home and rest with his golden mouse, just snuggle it like a teddy bear while he falls asleep next to Bacchus or whatever. But yes, this has been Nuke. Congrats to Jaedong, and I'm going to lift my glass here. Lift my glass and toast the microphone, I guess. There we go. For a great season, guys. I'm looking forward to another great season coming up here soon. This has been Nuke. I will see you all soon.